Go. Hey guys, just ready for round one of May Mental Illness Month. I don't know what, I'm gonna have to change the name because we're obviously outside of May, so I'll figure it out. I have some data for you. I'm gonna announce the winners, and I'm gonna go by three metrics. The winner, the definitive winner, is based on how many likes the video got versus the video it went against. So if one gets 5 likes and one gets 6, the one with 6 wins, regardless of other factors. But I think there's some interesting data here. So I also jotted down the views that they got and the percentage of how many people liked the video based on how many viewed it, because I think that's super fucking interesting. Without further ado, let's announce the winners. So round 1 was Final Fantasy VII Remake. That was the first video we did, hard mode, versus Metal Gear Solid 3. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you the percentage, and then I'm gonna give you the views, and then I'm gonna give you the likes. Final Fantasy VII had a 28% of the people who watched the video liked it. Metal Gear Solid 3, 20% of the people who watched it liked it. Final Fantasy VII had 53 people view it, and MGS3 had 35 people view it. So the total likes was 15 with Final Fantasy VII versus 7 with Metal Gear Solid 3. Metal Gear Solid 3, respectable 20% like rating and 7 likes, did not win. So I will be starting off round 2 with Final Fantasy VII Remake. We'll do Chapter 2. Thank you guys to watch that. The reason I say the percentage that liked it is that I think there's some real hidden gems in here. I'm going to go over, at the end of this, I'm going to list out what the top 5 most viewed were and the top 5 like by percentage. The by percentage, if you want my honest opinion, those are the best videos, because those are the ones that even like with lower views, the people who watched it were like, oh shit, this is the good shit. It just means people didn't give it a chance. Which is why I said so many times, you gotta vote, you gotta watch the videos even if you don't think you like them. But, you know, you'll do what you gotta do. So, round 2. One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 versus Fable, the Anniversary Edition on PC. One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 had a 15%. Fable had a 17%. One Piece Pirate Warriors had 65 views, and Fable had 83. And the winner is Fable with 14 likes to One Piece's 10. Both pretty respectable, to be honest. Fable surprised me a little bit. But, yeah, so we'll continue on with Fable. Pirate Warriors means I can finally start playing that game on my own, since I don't have to record it anymore. So that's pretty cool. Round 3 was a special Star Wars round. This was The Force Awakens versus Jedi Fallen Order. Force Awakens was at a 12%. Fallen Order was at a 17%. Force Awakens had 50 views, Order had 57. Order takes it. Order had 10 likes versus Force Awakens 6. I'm gonna be honest, this one's a little bit of a bummer for me for 2 reasons. One, I like Force Awakens a lot, and I think it's a really awesome game. I think it was popular at the time, so I'm not going to call it like a hidden gem or anything, but it might be my favorite Star Wars game, because it's just like the first game that made me feel like I had the power of a Jedi. Force Awakens wasn't a huge fan of. I don't like the Dark Soulsian combat, but hopefully it gets better as I play it, so we'll look forward to round 2 of that. I won't fight the frog monster for the whole part. Maybe I will, because I don't know. Maybe that's what you guys want to see. So that's round 3 in the bag. Round 4, we have Golf Story versus XCOM Chimera Squad. So Golf Story had a 13%. XCOM had a 17%, which is almost exactly what the last round was. Except it's a little different this time. Golf Story had 76 views, and XCOM had 34. Golf Story with 10 likes, XCOM with 6. So even though XCOM had the higher percentage, which means more people who watched it liked it, Golf Story takes it by a margin. So that's more than fine. I'm happy to record more Golf Story. I really like that game. Chimera Squad is... I want to play more of it, and I really love XCOM, like, to death. But playing it on PC versus on a console, it was, like, messing with me, and it didn't work that well. So, might want to wait for the console release. I won't record it when it comes out, but you know, the people have spoken. They don't want tactical games. That's fine. That's what you guys want to see. Round 5, we have Slime Rancher versus Digimon Hacker's Memory, or Digimon Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory. This is the first Digimon game to come up, of which there are 4 in the entire thing. So Slime Rancher was at a 3%. 3% of the people who watched the video for Slime Rancher liked it. And then Hacker's Memory was at 13%. Hacker's Memory had 70 views, which, by the way, for a Digimon game, that's not... that kind of tells me people were getting a little sick of Hacker's Memory, so I'm glad I did this. Slime Rancher, 542. There's a story behind that. The reason Slime Rancher's views exploded is that I titled the video and thumbnailed it, Slime Rancher Deluxe Edition. I'm going to give you a little peek behind the curtain. I didn't know Deluxe Edition hadn't come out yet. So the Deluxe Edition comes with all the DLC. I like Slime Rancher a lot, so I just bought the DLC as it came out. So I have all the Deluxe Edition content, but then little did I know, a week or two after I released that video, they released the Deluxe Edition on PS4. So I think there was a lot of views of people being like, oh cool, someone's already playing it. And I was like, oh. I didn't realize that until until like 2 weeks ago. I didn't realize that. I couldn't figure out why I was getting such a huge surge in views, and now I know. Slime Rancher won. 20 likes to Hacker's Memories 9. So even though the percentage was really low, the views were super high, and the likes still beat out Hackers. So more Slime Rancher. I'm going to give you guys a little peek behind the curtain again. I've recorded the entire Slime Rancher playthrough already. It was just a matter of, is it going to be in the bracket, or am I going to release it once the bracket's done? So that's cool. And then there was Forager versus Pikmin, which I thought was another interesting one. Both of which are at 16%, the first tie on percentage. And Forager with 66 views and Pikmin with 42. That already tells you the answer, because math. Forager won. Had 11 likes versus Pikmin 7. That was a little weird. I liked Pikmin a lot, and I've been having fun doing the series like by day. I got a little bit of feedback saying that people kind of enjoyed it when I did 2 days instead of 1, so we'll see how that works. But Pikmin lost, so I'm going to hold off finishing that series until the bracket is done. I want to make that clear too. I'm not canceling any series, but this just gives me a better idea of what people actually want to see. So, yeah, Pikmin is out, Forager's in, so we'll do more Forager on PC. Another behind the curtain. After playing Forager and recording that, I bought it for Switch and I played almost like an entire day off and almost 2 days off. Just played non-stop Forager on Switch. And I had a lot of fun. So I'll be happy to go back to it. The only difference is that there's more updates on PC, which I noticed almost immediately. So even though I played a bunch on Switch, it's not going to feel like I'm taking a step backward, because it has like different content. So that's cool. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that. Next up, we have... I just wrote Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, right. So we have Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist, Part 21, versus Digimon World 4, Part 16. The Return of Digimon World 4. Yu-Gi-Oh! Had 9%, and Digimon World 4... That doesn't seem right. I might have done the math wrong on that. Hold on. Let me check my notes. My notes, I mean my calculator. I took notes. Took notes. I calculated this shit for you guys. I want to see some... Can I get some comments saying like, hey, Nick, thanks for doing this for you? Or for us? Hold on. No, that's right. Alright, cool. So 9% for Yu-Gi-Oh! 13% for Digimon World 4. Yu-Gi-Oh! Had 74 views, and Digimon World 4 had 141. And Digimon World 4 took it, which was not a surprise. So 7 likes for Yu-Gi-Oh! And 19 for Digimon World 4. The thing I want to point out about Digimon World 4 is that this usually happens when I go a while without playing Digimon World 4. When I make a video, some people really enjoy it, and they're like, man, I really want to see more of that. And some people hate Digimon World 4. Do you want to know the only video in this entire series to get dislikes? It was Digimon World 4, and it got 4 dislikes, I think. I didn't count those against it. I said in the beginning I wasn't going to count dislikes because I didn't want people to just be like, I want this game to lose and this one to win, so I'll like this one and dislike that one. That's not going to come into play. So, that being said, the fandom is divided. People have accused me of secretly liking this game. I don't. I like being overpowered in the game. It's different, but game mechanic-wise, story-wise, it's not a good game. You guys like to see it because it's painful. Like, let's be real. So, I will do more videos. I'll do another video on that. I'm going to tell you guys to look out for it ahead of time. Watch there be diminishing returns with Digimon World 4. People like the pain videos. They don't like them non-stop back-to-back. When there was a time when I streamed Digimon World 4 every week. I would come home from college. I would do it every Friday until we beat the game. And the infamous snap. People stopped showing up to those streams, and people stopped watching the videos. So I promise you, you think you want it, and then you don't watch it all the way through. So we'll see. But for now, sure, I'll play more. So the next one was the first really close one. So this was Dead Rising versus Deus Ex. Dead Rising, the All Survivor Challenge. I'll do my best. I know where all the survivors are, but I'll try. We'll see. And then Deus Ex, the Batman Challenge, which I thought was a really fucking cool idea. And some people didn't. So, both of which... Oh, I'm sorry. No, yeah. Both of which are at 11%. Dead Rising had 71 views. Deus Ex had 63. Dead Rising beat it by 1. Had 8 likes to 7 likes. So, if you watched one of those videos and you're like, man, I wish Deus Ex won. You didn't vote. You could have voted. You didn't. I don't know what to tell you. So, Dead Rising moves to the next round. I was fine with either of those, to be honest. I liked that matchup because I like both those games. I keep trying to give Deus Ex content to people because it's one of my favorite games and people just do not want it. It's the same as XCOM. Just because I like it doesn't mean other people do. You know, why the fuck would people like games that I enjoy on my YouTube channel where I play games? That'd be ridiculous. So, I'm not bitter, what? No, I'm genuinely fine with that. I like Dead Rising too. So, that'll be cool. So this one, bit controversial. We have Monster Rancher 4 versus Persona 5 Royale Edition. Monster Rancher had a 13%, Persona had a 19%. Persona had 68 views, Monster Rancher had 86. Monster Rancher had 11 likes. Persona had 13. Persona wins. We're going to play more Persona, which I didn't expect. Actually, I really didn't know what was going to happen with these two. I like Monster Rancher 4. If you got to the end of the video, then you probably figured out the technical issues in that game keep holding me back. The fact that the loading will just stop 50 minutes into a video, and then I have to go back to the entire save. It's the main reason I haven't beaten the game yet. And I'm sure there's just hype for Persona. Honestly, getting the Ultimate Edition was really cool. You know what really pissed me off? I bought the Ultimate Edition, full price, and then just last week, or I think it's on sale right now, it's 25% off. I could have saved like $20, and I'm kind of annoyed at that, because I barely played the game. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's not fine. That was round 9, so I took notes on the first page of my notebook, and then I realized I had notes in here, so I had to move all the way back to like page 10. There we go. So next up is Digimon World Next Order versus Final Fantasy Tactics Randomized. This was the first randomized game to appear, which is weird because I did 3 of them. Here's behind the scenes. I tried to do Pokemon Coliseum randomized and I couldn't get it to work. The one I had a randomized version. I think it started me with Charmander and someone else, and the first opponent had a Mewtwo, and I couldn't beat it because it was at level 26, and it just kept destroying us. So I eventually got frustrated and gave up. That was one of 2 failed games during the month. I also tried to play Attack on Titan, and I was playing on the true Titan Hunter mode, and I died right at the end. And I actually was planning to release that, and I realized I recorded 33 videos, and then I was like, oh, well then I guess I don't need it, because I only need 32, so I didn't release it. Nor do I plan to. I don't think it was that good, if I'm being honest. So yeah. So Digimon World Next Order had 13%. Final Fantasy Tactics had 20. Digimon World Next Order with the 86. Tactics with the 60. Tactics wins by 1 like. It was 11-12. This was another really close call. Again, I would have been happy with either of these. I like Next Order. But I really, if I'm being honest, in my heart of hearts, I wanted Tactics to win because I wanted to see more. I wanted to play more of it because it's a ridiculous concept, and I really wanted to see more of like what would happen with it. So I'm excited to play more, and I'm glad that people were excited for it. I was a little worried at first. I was like, it seems like people aren't that interested, but I'm glad you guys are. Next up, we have Bleach Soul Resurrection versus Subnautica. Bleach had a 12%, and Subnautica had a 23%. Bleach had 64 views, and Subnautica had 44. Bleach had 8 likes, Subnautica had 10. So Subnautica moves on to the next round. I wasn't sure who was going to win, and I was totally fine with either of those games. I love playing both of those. Gonna peel behind the curtain again. I got a little depressed. It was actually this weekend, and I found, when I learned with Slime Rancher that just recording one game consistently until I beat it is cathartic and makes me feel better. Slime Rancher is completely recorded. I've recorded the entire playthrough already. So I say it in the second part where I'm like, I don't know if this is gonna win or not, but regardless, I have enough videos for that so I can move on to the next round. If it doesn't win round 2, then it'll just be put on the back burner and we'll release it slowly after. But that's just another like heads up for how much I like that game. So that's cool. That's convenient. So Subnautica moves on. Next up, we have 2 rounds in a row with real low performing videos. I'm going to read off the views for the next 4 videos, and it's 34, 31, 37, 40. You guys did not want to watch these 4 videos. But let's see what it says for people's likes. So round 12 is Final Fantasy 12. Ironically, that was not on purpose, I swear. Versus Danganronpa. Final Fantasy 12 had again, this wasn't on purpose, had a 12%. I swear, the only thing I didn't randomize was the 2 Star Wars videos and the Digimon World randomized. Everything else was random. And then Danganronpa had a 26%, the second highest we've seen so far. And so Final Fantasy 12 had 34 views with 4 likes. Danganronpa had 31 with 8 likes. So low performing, but even with that low amount of views, Danganronpa got more likes than a lot of other videos in this bracket. So I'm going to say this again later, but if anything, if you see something above 20% like, probably a pretty fucking good video, and you should maybe give it a chance, even if it's not going to move on in the bracket. I think Danganronpa is like the shining example of that. Like, it didn't perform that well, but people who watched it liked it, so even if you're not interested or you've never seen Danganronpa, maybe watch the video. It could be fun. Maybe Nick puts in a bunch of effort with a bunch of voices, something he doesn't really do that often. Maybe you should value Nick's work and go... No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, Danganronpa moves on. Also, a note about Final Fantasy 12. For the people who watched it, all like, what, 10 of you? This is the worst mistake I've ever made recording a video. I've accidentally loaded the wrong save and played and like repeated a part, if that makes sense. Where, like, let's say part like 10 of something, I load back the save at the end of part 8 instead of 9. So I basically just do the exact same thing over again. I did that with 12, but like 6 parts back. The way that the save system in 12 works is that it just lists, you have like different save slots, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had assumed it would take the most recent one and put it at the top. It didn't do that. So my save number 1 was a really old save. And then I had other saves further on of like what part I did. I did no research ahead of time. I was kind of burnt out when I started recording it. Didn't even notice it. I was this close to using the exact same thumbnail. I even called it part 11. There's already a Final Fantasy 12 part 11. We're up to part like 16 or 17. I think like 2 people in the comments noticed it before the video started. And probably the funniest mistake I've made. So there's your, again, I recommend watching both those videos side by side, both the part 11s, and see what's different. And insane. So that's a really funny mess up. Dragon Quest VIII versus Paper Mario. 2 of my favorite games of all time. Paper Mario being in my top 3. And low performing. We had 37 views to 40. Dragon Quest VIII got 11%. Paper Mario got 12%. Paper Mario just barely beats it. 5 likes to 4 likes. Engagement on these two videos was not high, and I don't know what I have to do to convince you guys to watch the videos of my favorite games. I don't know. I'm pleading with you, please. Let me play Paper Mario on my channel, please. It's one of my favorite games, please. Just let me do this. Let me have this. Paper Mario moves on. Next one is Ratchet & Clank: A Crack in Time versus Nick vs. Carlos and Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist and Link Evolution. This was the first time we've done this in Link Evolution since they released on PS4. Ratchet had 20%. Yu-Gi-Oh! Had a 14%. Yu-Gi-Oh! Had 100 views exactly at the time of jotting down my note. Ratchet had 54. Ratchet had 11 likes, and Carlos vs. Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Carlos vs. Nick versus Carlos and Yu-Gi-Oh! Had 14. So it moves on. We're gonna do another Carlos versus Nick and Yu-Gi-Oh! Nick versus Carlos and Yu-Gi-Oh! My name has to go first. So Ratchet got about half the views and almost the same amount of likes, which is impressive. So I do think people really did want to see Ratchet & Clank. I would have been happy to do it. That might be something I consider coming back to at the end of the bracket. But for now, Nick vs. Carlos moves on, which isn't that surprising. People tend to like those videos. I was actually surprised the first time we did that with the original Legacy of the Duelist, to see that people really did enjoy it, just us like riffing and just playing Yu-Gi-Oh! It combines the two best things, co-op videos and Yu-Gi-Oh! So that's cool. Alright, round 15, second to last. We have, speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories Randomized versus Stardew Valley, Part 2. So Yu-Gi-Oh! Had an 11%, and Stardew had a 14%. Stardew Valley had 35 views to Yu-Gi-Oh!'s 131. Almost 100 views more. And Stardew had 5 likes versus Yu-Gi-Oh!'s 15. So Yu-Gi-Oh! Stomped it, which I kind of expected. I thought Stardew would do better. I thought maybe that would be around the 7 or 8 like range. Like, I thought people enjoyed watching Stardew Valley. I guess not. Maybe people are burnt out on it, or they just don't really give a shit about farming, but there you go. So Yu-Gi-Oh! Randomizer blew it out of the water. I did think whatever Yu-Gi-Oh! Randomized went up against would probably win, unless it was like one of the other heavy hitters, but again, thought Stardew would do better. So Yu-Gi-Oh! Randomizer Part 2 coming soon. That'll move on to round 2. The final fight, we have Digimon All-Star Rumble versus Digimon World 1 Randomized. Digimon All-Star Rumble had a 10% like to view. Digimon World Randomized at 7%. I'm going to give you a hint. The only ones to come, or most of the single-digit ones, it's because the views exploded, and that was certainly true here. As of recording this data, Digimon World Randomized has 719 views and 49 likes to Rumble All-Stars 14 likes. So that didn't surprise me. I'm going to actually... I forgot I was going to do this before I took this data. I'm going to do a little addendum, a little asterisk here. I'm going to start playing Digimon World Randomized weekly. It's going to be excluded from the bracket. I think I'm going to start streaming it on Fridays, if I can find the energy. But it blew it out of the water. So my expectations for Digimon World Randomized, I thought it would be around the 200 to 300 view range. I definitely thought it would beat whatever it went up against. That was no question. But I thought it would be within the realm of possibility. I didn't expect it to blow up like that. And I feel like it would be foolish to like purposely wait on those videos and just like slowly teeter them out. It just makes more sense, especially since these aren't really on YouTube right now. There's like one other playthrough of it. So I'm going to play that anyway. It is officially dropped out of the bracket. It didn't lose. It dropped out because it would have crushed the entire bracket. It would have destroyed the entire thing. So what I'm going to do is I could make it easy and just say that All-Star Rumble Arena, it moves on around 2. We got our use out of that video. There's no point in playing it again. Nobody's going to be like, yeah, I want more of this. They're just like, yeah, that's a game. So my plan, and I actually don't know readily available which video it is. Actually, I think I do. My plan is to take the 2 videos with the highest likes that lost and put them in the bracket instead. So they're going to get the Losers Cup and move on to the next round to get a second chance. I believe that's Digimon World Next Order and Ratchet & Clank. I'm gonna have to double check my notes. From what I can see, yeah, it's Digimon World Next Order is tied with Monster Rancher 4, but it has more views. So we're gonna go with Digimon World Next Order and Ratchet & Clank Crack in Time. That will officially be round 16 now. They're gonna get another chance. I'll be excited to play both of those, to be honest. So we're playing fast and loose with the rules here, but then again, I made this shit up, and my other option was going to be a Losers Cup, which I was going to take the top 4 losers and then like separately have them fight it out, and then whatever won the bracket, the winner of the Losers Cup would go against that as well, but I don't really like that as much. So, that's the results. You can look forward to that. So just as a reminder, the winners are Final Fantasy VII Remake, Fable Anniversary, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Golf Story, Slime Rancher Deluxe Edition, Forager, Digimon World 4, Dead Rising, Persona 5 Royale, Digimon World Next Order will be in the Losers Cup, and Final Fantasy Tactics is the official winner there, randomized. Subnautica, Danganronpa, Paper Mario, Ratchet & Clank will be the other one in the Losers Cup, and Nick versus Carlos and Yu-Gi-Oh will move on. Then Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories randomized, and then the Losers Cup. So those are the winners. You can look forward to seeing those move on. I had fun just giving like commentary on this, like after the fact. I like these kind of videos. And then yeah, so I'm gonna give you some stats. I'm gonna just as a reminder. According to views, the top 5 videos of round 5 were Digimon World randomized at 719, Slime Rancher Deluxe Edition at 542, Digimon World 4 at 141, Digimon World All-Star Rumble at 133, and then Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories randomized at 131. Do I think those are the best videos in the bracket? No. I mean, Digimon World randomized probably is, and Slime Rancher was probably pretty good. Yu-Gi-Oh! Randomizer is probably pretty good too. Digimon World 4, and Digimon All-Stars, no, it doesn't belong there. But the true best games, and I'm genuinely, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you in the camera right now. Like, looking at you, okay? The best videos. Forgot about my microphone. The best videos, genuinely, if you get the time and you're looking for something to watch during the quarantine, these are the videos that you should probably check out, because apparently they're pretty good. Final Fantasy VII Remake, according to likes to views, was the best video I did in this entire bracket at 28%. That's huge. Followed by Danganronpa at 26%. Again, if you haven't watched the Danganronpa video, give it a shot. Give it a shot, honestly. You'll probably end up liking it. Subnautica at 23%. Same deal. I really like the game. Give it a shot. Tied for 4th, Ratchet & Clank A Crack in Time, Final Fantasy Tactics. Oh, they were in different brackets. I was going to say, it's crazy. I thought they went up against each other and they were tied. They're not. Final Fantasy Tactics randomized, Ratchet & Clank A Crack in Time, and Metal Gear Solid 3. Despite some of them having lower views or mid-range views, the like-to-view percentage was 20%. So they're some pretty fucking solid videos. And then finally, Persona 5 Royale had 19%, which was coming in. So give those videos a shot. I think you'll probably like them. Let me know what your feedback is on the bracket so far as I get ready to move into round 2. I'm liking it. I like the weird like fight structure, and it also gives me a chance to play like a big diverse array of games. So I'm looking forward to it. And I'm curious to see what the end looks like.